My friends, everything you desire already exists. Abundance is not something outside of you. It is an energy field, a frequency that is constantly broadcasting, waiting for you to tune in. The truth is simple. You don't chase abundance, you align with it. And when you raise your frequency, abundance has no choice but to find you. Think about it, the universe is not chaotic. It is structured, mathematical, and vibrational. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you hold is an energetic broadcast. You are like a radio tower, transmitting signals into the quantum field. And the field always responds to you, not with what you want, but with who you are being. If you live in fear, lack, and doubt, your frequency is low, and you attract more of that. But if you begin to cultivate gratitude, love, joy, and expansion, your vibration rises. And at that higher frequency, abundance already lives. You don't need to push. You don't need to force. You only need to tune your inner state to match the reality you wish to create. So how do you raise your frequency? First, become conscious of the energy you carry. Notice your thoughts in the morning. Do you wake up thinking about yesterday's problems, or do you open your eyes with a heart full of gratitude for being alive? That first thought is already shaping the field of your day. Second, align your emotions with your vision, not your circumstances. Don't wait for success to feel joy. Feel joy first, and success will mirror it. Don't wait for wealth to feel abundant. Feel abundant now, and wealth will flow to you. The law is simple. What you broadcast, you attract. Third, practice stillness. When you quiet the noise of your mind, you open a channel to the infinite intelligence of the universe. In that space, new possibilities appear. Ideas flow. Synchronicities unfold. The right people, the right opportunities, the right doors, they all begin to align as if the universe were orchestrating everything for you. You are not a victim of your past. You are not a prisoner of your environment. You are a creator. And your power lies not in controlling the external, but in elevating the internal. Raise your frequency, and the outer world must shift to reflect it. Abundance is not a destination. It is a natural byproduct of who you are when you live in harmony with the higher vibrations of love, gratitude, and possibility. The more you embody those states, the more effortless your life becomes. You stop chasing, and you start attracting. You stop doubting, and you start knowing. You stop surviving, and you start thriving. So today, make a decision. Decide to no longer identify with scarcity, fear, or limitation. Decide to embody the energy of abundance now. When you do, you will find that abundance is not something you go out to get. It is something you unlock within. Raise your frequency, and abundance will come to you naturally, as sure as the sun rises every morning. Abundance is energy. Abundance is not something that you chase, and it is not something that exists far away from you. It is not locked behind doors of luck, chance, or privilege. Abundance is energy. It is a frequency that is always present, always flowing, and always available for you to connect with. The only question is, are you tuned in? Think about how a radio works. The station is always broadcasting, whether you turn the dial or not. The music is there, the signal is there, the energy is there. If you are not receiving it, it is not because the station isn't playing. It's because you are not tuned to the right frequency. The same is true with abundance. It is always broadcasting. The energy of prosperity, growth, opportunities, love, and fulfillment is all around you. But if your inner state is set on the frequency of lack, fear, or doubt, you will not be able to hear that station. You will not receive the signal that abundance is sending. When we say abundance is energy, we are saying that it is not a material possession, not an external object, not a bank account balance. It is a vibrational state. It is an invisible current that you either connect to or disconnect from, based on your inner alignment. When you align your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs with the frequency of abundance, you start to experience it everywhere, not because it suddenly appeared, but because you finally tuned in. This is why two people can live in the same city, face the same challenges, and yet one sees only obstacles while the other sees endless opportunities. One is tuned to scarcity, the other to abundance. The outer world reflects the inner frequency. The good news is this: you have the power to change your frequency. You are not stuck on one station forever. Every thought of gratitude raises your vibration. Every act of generosity aligns you closer to abundance. Every moment you choose love over fear, possibility over limitation, faith over doubt. You are tuning the dial of your energy toward the abundance that is already there. And when you connect to that energy, life begins to flow differently. Suddenly, synchronicities appear, opportunities, people, and ideas show up at the right time. What you once thought was coincidence is actually resonance. The universe is reflecting back the frequency you are carrying. So abundance is not outside of you. It is not waiting to be earned in the future. It is a frequency here and now. And the moment you realize that abundance is energy, you stop chasing and you start aligning. You stop forcing and you start receiving. You stop asking, where is it? And you begin to feel, I am it. Abundance is energy, and it is already yours when you tune into it. You are a broadcast tower. Every single one of us is broadcasting energy into the universe at every moment. You are like a living, breathing radio tower, constantly sending out signals through your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. The question is not whether you are broadcasting, it's what frequency are you broadcasting. Your thoughts are electrical. Your emotions are magnetic. Together, they create an energetic signal that radiates into the quantum field around you. This is why your inner world is so powerful. It is not just private. It is creative. It is shaping your reality in ways you may not even realize. Imagine standing in front of a mirror. If you smile, the reflection smiles back. If you frown, the reflection frowns back. The mirror has no choice. It simply reflects what you are broadcasting. The universe works the same way. It doesn't respond to what you say you want. It responds to who you are being. It responds to the vibration you are sending out through your frequency. If you broadcast signals of lack, worry, or fear, the universe echoes that signal right back to you in the form of circumstances, people, and experiences that match that vibration. On the other hand, if you broadcast gratitude, joy, love, and abundance, you magnetize experiences that mirror those higher states. The field around you rearranges itself to reflect your internal broadcast. This is not wishful thinking, it's science. The energy you emit is real, and it interacts with the energy around you. Just like a tower cannot broadcast one frequency and receive another, you cannot send out signals of doubt and expect to receive abundance. You must become the frequency of the life you wish to attract. So the real work is not outside, it's inside. You don't need to chase opportunities. You need to tune your signal. You don't need to force relationships. You need to radiate the energy of love. You don't need to beg for abundance. You need to embody abundance in your heart first. Think about it. See, when someone walks into a room full of confidence, positivity, and love, everyone feels it. Their energy speaks louder than their words. That's the power of your broadcast. You are influencing the field around you, whether you are conscious of it or not. Now, imagine the transformation when you become deliberate with your signal. When you wake up and choose gratitude as your broadcast. When you decide to hold faith even. When things look uncertain. When you choose love instead of resentment. Each choice amplifies your signal, strengthens your tower, and draws in the exact experiences that resonate with your frequency. You are not a passive receiver of life. You are an active broadcaster. Your reality is echoing back what you are transmitting. So ask yourself every day, what signal am I sending right now? Because the signal you broadcast today becomes the reality you live tomorrow. Yes, you are a broadcast tower. And the power to shift your world begins by shifting your frequency. Law of alignment: the universe does not give you what you want. It gives you what you are in alignment with. This is the law of alignment, and it is one of the most powerful truths you can understand about creating abundance. Think of it this way: you can say affirmations all day long. I am wealthy. I am successful. I am free. But if deep inside you are still carrying feelings of doubt, fear, or unworthiness, then your words and your frequency are not aligned. The universe does not respond to the noise of your lips, it responds to the vibration of your being. Alignment means that your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are all moving in the same direction. It means your mind, heart, and energy are in coherence. When that happens, the quantum field cannot help but reflect it back to you. It's like a lock and a key. Once your inner state aligns with the reality you desire, the door must open. Now here's the challenge: most people are out of alignment. They desire success, but they broadcast fear. They pray for abundance, but they feel lack. They hope for love, but they radiate insecurity. And because their inner state is not aligned with their outer desire, they keep receiving more of the very reality they don't want. But here's the good news: you can shift this. Alignment is not luck, it is a practice. Every day, you can bring your thoughts and emotions into coherence with the life you want to create. How? By living as if it is already here. If you want abundance, you don't wait until the money shows up to feel abundant. You cultivate the emotion of abundance now. If you want freedom, you don't wait for your circumstances to change. You embody the energy of freedom in your heart today. If you want love, you don't wait for someone to complete you. You radiate love first, and the universe responds in kind. The law of alignment says you cannot attract what you are not aligned with. But once you become it within, the outer world must reorganize itself to match your new state. This is why the inner work always precedes the outer results. So ask yourself, am I aligned right now? Are my thoughts about my future filled with hope and vision? Or are they replaying the fears of my past? Are my emotions reflecting the life I want, or the life I'm trying to escape? Am I broadcasting the frequency of my dream or the frequency of my doubt? When you bring yourself into alignment, body and spirit, you become magnetic. Opportunities, resources, and people begin to show up as if by magic. But it's not magic, it's alignment. The universe is simply reflecting back the vibration you have chosen to live in. That is the law of alignment. Don't just want it, don't just ask for it, be it. And when you are it, life has no choice but to give it back to you. Low vs high. Frequency, your life is a mirror of your frequency. Everything you experience, your relationships, opportunities, challenges, even the level of joy or stress you feel each day, is a reflection of the energetic vibration you are living in. Simply put, low frequencies attract limitation, while high frequencies attract abundance. When you live in low frequency, you are tuned to states like fear, doubt, resentment, anger, jealousy, and lack. These emotions may feel normal, but they keep your energy heavy, slow, and contracted. In this state, you look at life through the lens of survival. What might go wrong? What if I fail? What if there's not enough? And because your broadcast is fear and scarcity, the universe reflects it right back to you. More situations that confirm your fear, more evidence that there isn't enough, more struggle to survive. On the other hand, when you begin to shift into high frequency, everything changes. High frequencies are states of gratitude, love, joy, compassion, creativity, and expansion. These emotions are light, expansive, and magnetic. They raise the vibration of your energy field, tuning you to possibilities rather than problems. Suddenly, your perspective shifts. Instead of asking, what might go wrong, you begin to ask, what amazing thing is possible today? Instead of saying, there's not enough, you start to feel, I already have everything I need and more is flowing. Science shows that emotions like gratitude and joy create coherence in the body. They balance your nervous system, calm stress, and activate higher brain centers. This is not just spiritual, it's physiological. A high-frequency state literally rewires your body to thrive instead of survive. And when your inner world thrives, your outer world begins to shift with it. Think about the people you know. When someone is always negative, complaining, and fearful, what happens? They seem to attract more problems. Things go wrong for them. doors don't open. But when someone radiates joy, gratitude, and positivity, opportunities seem to flow toward them. People want to be around them. Life bends in their favor. That is frequency in action. The key is to understand that you always have a choice. You can choose to stay in low vibration, repeating the same patterns, reacting to the same problems, and creating the same reality. Or you can elevate your state, moment by moment, thought by thought, emotion by emotion, and tune yourself to a higher frequency where abundance naturally lives. So how do you raise your frequency? Start small, breathe deeply, practice gratitude every morning, spend time in silence, move your body, speak words of possibility, not limitation, celebrate small wins, choose forgiveness over resentment, faith over fear, love over judgment. Each choice lifts your vibration like climbing steps toward a new reality. Remember, low frequencies keep you surviving, but high frequencies allow you to thrive. And abundance cannot live in survival. It exists in expansion. Choose your frequency wisely because it is shaping the life you are living right now. Morning mindset matters. The moment you open your eyes each morning, you are already creating your reality. Your first thought, your first feeling, your first state of awareness, it sets the vibration for your entire day. This is why your morning mindset matters so much. It is the ignition key to your frequency. Most people wake up in the morning and immediately replay yesterday. They think about the problems they faced, the worries they carried, the stress waiting for them. They grab their phone, scroll through emails, or check the news, and instantly they are pulled into the vibration of survival. Before their feet even touch the ground, they are tuned into stress, lack, and fear. And because the universe mirrors what they broadcast, their day unfolds with more of the same. But you are not here to live on autopilot. You are here to consciously design your frequency. And the most powerful time to do this is in the morning. Why? Because the brain, upon waking, is in a highly suggestible state between sleep and full alertness. In this state, your mind is like fertile soil. Whatever you plant, gratitude, joy, vision, abundance, will take root and grow throughout the day. So imagine this: you wake up and instead of asking, what do I have to do today? You ask, who do I want to be today? You take a breath, place your hand on your heart, and begin to feel gratitude, not for what's coming, but for what already is. Gratitude for the breath in your lungs. Gratitude for the opportunity of a new day. Gratitude for the simple fact that you are alive and able to create. That feeling of gratitude instantly raises your vibration. Next, you begin to visualize, not from lack, but from alignment. You picture yourself walking into the day with confidence, joy, and purpose. You imagine the best-case scenarios. You see abundance flowing to you through unexpected opportunities. You see yourself attracting the right people, the right ideas, the right synchronicities. And because the mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined, your body begins to feel as if it is already happening. That elevated emotion becomes your new frequency. When you set your morning mindset this way, you are no longer reacting to life, you are creating it. You are broadcasting a signal of abundance before the day even starts, and the universe must reflect it back to you. Understand this: your day does not control you. Your morning vibration controls your day. If you win the morning, you win the day. If you consciously choose gratitude, vision, and elevated energy in those first moments, you are programming your reality to align with abundance. So never underestimate the power of your mornings. They are the doorway to your frequency. And when you step through that doorway with intention, the day unfolds in alignment with the abundance you are choosing to embody. Feel before you receive. Most people live their lives waiting for something external to change before they allow themselves to feel the emotions they desire. They say, I'll feel happy when I succeed. I'll feel abundant when I get the money. I'll feel free when I change my circumstances. But here's the truth. The universe doesn't work that way. You cannot wait to receive before you feel. You must feel it first in order to receive it. Why? because feelings are the frequency. Emotions are the language of the body, and they are what tune your energy to the reality you want. The quantum field responds not to your wishes or your words, but to your vibration. If you keep waiting for the external world to prove to you that you can feel joy, abundance, or freedom, you're trapped in a loop of delay. You're postponing the very energy that would attract what you desire. Think of it this way: the world is a mirror. It reflects who you are being, not what you are asking for. If you want that reflection to change, you must change the energy you bring to it. That means cultivating the feeling of abundance before the evidence shows up. So instead of saying, "I'll be grateful when I have more," you choose to be grateful now. Instead of saying, "I'll feel confident once I succeed," you step into confidence now. Instead of saying, "I'll feel loved when I meet the right person," you radiate love now. And by feeling it first, you align with the vibration of that reality. You broadcast the signal of abundance, and the universe mirrors it back to you through synchronicities, opportunities, and experiences that match. This is why so many spiritual teachers say, live as if it has already happened. Because when you do, you collapse the distance between you and your desire. You no longer send the signal of lack, waiting, or absence. You send the signal of fulfillment, presence, and abundance. The paradox is beautiful. When you no longer need it to feel it, that's when it comes. When you stop waiting for the external world to change, the external world changes to reflect your internal state. So, how do you feel before you receive? Start by using the power of imagination. Close your eyes and step into the version of yourself who already has it. Feel the joy, the gratitude, the excitement, as if it's happening right now. Let that emotion move through your body until it becomes real. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Remember, this emotions create reality. If you wait to feel, you delay the creation. But if you feel it first, you activate the frequency that calls it into being. That's the secret. Don't wait to receive before you feel. Feel it now, and the receiving will naturally follow. Stillness unlocks flow. In a world that constantly demands your attention, movement, and reaction, stillness can feel unnatural. We are trained to believe that the harder we push, the more we hustle, the faster we move, the more we will achieve. But here is the paradox: often, the greatest breakthroughs, the deepest clarity, and the most abundant flow come not from effort, but from stillness. Stillness is not emptiness. It is not doing nothing. Stillness is a state of alignment, a tuning of your inner world so that you can hear the whispers of the universe that constant noise drowns out. Imagine a pond that has been disturbed. Ripples and waves make it impossible to see your reflection. But when the water grows still, the reflection becomes clear. Your mind works the same way. When it is full of noise, doubt, and stress, you cannot perceive clearly. But in stillness, your true vision emerges. The field of abundance is always communicating. Ideas, inspirations, synchronicities, and opportunities are floating all around you. But if your mind is busy, restless, and chaotic, you will miss them. When you practice stillness, whether through meditation, breath work, or simply pausing to be present, you open a channel to receive what has always been there. Flow is not created, flow is allowed, and stillness is the doorway. Think about the most inspired moments of your life. Chances are they didn't happen when you were forcing things. They came in a shower, on a walk, in a quiet pause, or while your mind was relaxed. That's because stillness shifts your brain into deeper states, alpha and theta waves, where creativity and intuition live. In that state, you are no longer limited to the patterns of your past. You become open to new possibilities. Stillness is also the antidote to resistance. When you push too hard, you often push against the natural flow of the universe. But when you become still, you surrender control and allow life to arrange itself in your favor. Suddenly, what once felt like struggle begins to feel effortless. The right people call. The right door opens. The timing aligns. You are no longer swimming upstream, you are carried by the current of abundance. And this is not weak. This is mastery. To be still in a world that glorifies chaos is to claim your power. To silence the noise of the external world so you can hear the wisdom of your inner world is to live from true strength. So, make stillness a practice. Take a few minutes each morning to breathe deeply and connect to the present. Step away from the noise during the day and sit in silence, even for a moment. In those moments, you are not doing less, you are allowing more. Remember, abundance does not come from force, it comes from flow. And flow is unlocked the moment you choose stillness. You are a creator. One of the greatest illusions we carry is the belief that life is happening to us, that we are victims of circumstance, prisoners of our past, or limited by our environment. But the truth is far more powerful. You are not a victim. You are a creator. You are not here to merely react to life. You are here to design it. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every belief you embody is shaping the energy you broadcast into the universe. And that energy creates your reality. When you understand this, you realize that you are never powerless. Even when the external world looks chaotic, even when things don't seem to go your way, you still hold the power to choose your internal state. And that internal choice is what shifts the outer world. Think about it, creators don't wait for conditions to be perfect. They don't wait for permission, luck, or approval. They begin within. They align their vision, elevate their emotions, and take inspired action from that higher state of being. In doing so, they shape reality around them. That's the essence of true creation. It's not about forcing the external. It's about transforming the internal until the external mirrors it back. The truth is, every single person on this planet is creating, whether consciously or unconsciously. The difference between a victim and a creator is awareness. Victims create unconsciously, repeating patterns of fear, doubt, and limitation, then blaming the outside world for the results. Creators, on the other hand, create consciously. They take responsibility for their energy, align with the frequency of what they desire, and trust the universe to respond in kind. Ask yourself, am I creating by design or by default? Am I consciously shaping my reality with intention? Or am I simply replaying old programs of the past? Remember, if you keep thinking the same thoughts, you will keep feeling the same emotions. If you keep feeling the same emotions, you will keep broadcasting the same signal. And if you keep broadcasting the same signal, you will keep living the same life. But the moment you decide to step into your role as creator, everything changes. You break free from the cycle of repetition. You stop waiting for the world to change, and instead you change yourself. You stop living in reaction, and you start living in intention. Being a creator doesn't mean you control every detail. It means you align your energy so powerfully that life begins to respond in your favor. It means you embody the vibration of abundance, and abundance flows to you. You embody the vibration of love, and love finds you. You embody the vibration of freedom, and freedom becomes your reality. So today, declare it. You are not a victim of your past. You are not defined by your circumstances. You are a creator of infinite potential. And the moment you own that truth, the universe must reflect it back to you. Abundance is effortless. Most of us have been conditioned to believe that abundance requires endless struggle, constant effort, and sacrifice. We're taught that success comes only from working harder, pushing more, and competing against everyone else. But here is the deeper truth. Real abundance does not come from force. It comes from flow. When you raise your frequency and align with higher states of being, abundance becomes effortless. This does not mean you sit back and do nothing. It means you stop chasing and start attracting. You stop grasping and start allowing. You stop surviving and start thriving. True abundance is not about burning yourself out to get what you want. It is about becoming the version of yourself who naturally receives it. Think of nature. A tree does not strain to grow. It simply aligns with sunlight, water, and soil, and expansion happens naturally. Rivers do not force themselves to flow. They follow the path of least resistance. and yet they carve valleys and nourish life everywhere they go. Nature teaches us that abundance is a natural state, not a forced one. The same applies to you. When you elevate your energy into gratitude, joy, and love, you enter into harmony with the flow of life. From that elevated state, ideas come more easily, solutions reveal themselves, and opportunities seem to fall into place. What once felt like struggle begins to feel like synchronicity. That is the effortless nature of true abundance. It doesn't feel heavy, it feels aligned. The reason most people struggle is because they try to create abundance from a state of lack. They work hard not because they are inspired, but because they are afraid of not having enough. That energy only reinforces scarcity. But when you shift your inner state to abundance first, to feeling whole, grateful, and fulfilled now, then the outer results flow naturally to match that energy. It's not the effort that brings the abundance, it's the alignment. And when alignment is present, effort feels joyful, not exhausting. Work becomes play. Action becomes inspired. Progress feels natural. That's why people who live in high frequency seem lucky, because what they attract comes with ease. But it's not luck. It's alignment with the effortless flow of abundance. So ask yourself, am I forcing life or am I flowing with it? If you feel drained, heavy, and resistant, it's a sign you are out of alignment. But if you feel light, energized, and inspired, you are in the current of abundance. Remember, this abundance is not earned, it is allowed. It does not come from striving, but from surrendering into alignment. The moment you embody gratitude, joy, and love as your natural state, you unlock a life where receiving feels effortless. Abundance is not something you chase, it's who you become. And when you become it, life has no choice but to give it back to you easily and naturally. Decision to shift. Every transformation begins with a decision. Not tomorrow, not someday, but in the present moment when you finally declare enough is enough. I will no longer live in fear, lack, or limitation. I choose abundance. I choose expansion. I choose to raise my frequency now. That single decision, the decision to shift, is more powerful than years of waiting for conditions to change. Why? Because waiting keeps you trapped in the same vibration. It says, when my circumstances improve, I'll change. But life doesn't work that way. Circumstances don't create your energy creates your circumstances. So the shift must begin within you. Understand this, the universe is always responding to who you are being. The moment you make a firm, unwavering decision to step out of scarcity and into abundance, you broadcast a new signal. That decision is like planting a flag in the quantum field. It declares your new identity, your new frequency, and the field begins to reorganize itself to match. The problem for most people is not that they lack potential, it's that they keep wavering. One day they feel inspired and abundant. The next day they slip back into doubt and fear. That back and forth sends mixed signals, and the universe mirrors the confusion. But when you make a clear decision to shift and hold it, no matter what the outer world looks like, you create momentum. That consistency begins to collapse old patterns and open new realities. Think of a light switch. When the switch is off, the room is dark. You don't argue with the darkness. You don't wait for the darkness to leave on its own. You simply flip the switch, and light fills the room. The decision to shift your energy works the same way. You don't wait for external proof. You don't debate with your doubts. You simply choose, I am no longer living in low vibration. I am tuning myself to abundance. And instantly, the light of that new state begins to shine. The beauty is that this power is always available to you. In any moment, you can choose a new thought, a new emotion, a new belief. You can choose to raise your frequency, no matter what your past looked like, no matter what your circumstances are right now. The decision is yours, and the moment you make it, you set your life on a new trajectory. So today, decide to leave behind the identity of lack and embody the identity of abundance. Decide to no longer let fear, doubt, or limitation define you. Decide to live as the creator you truly are. Because when you make the decision to shift, You don't just change your mindset, you change your energy. And when your energy changes, your entire reality must follow.